Guys, welcome back to my channel, Fusion Food. Big up on the damn self. Cooking is a vibe. Guys, welcome back to my channel, Fusion Food. Today we'll be making Christmas food cake. Some people say wedding cake, some people say black cake. But guys, we're making our Christmas food cake, or butter and sugar together. So I have my bowl here, and I have my bowl of chiffon butter here. I'm going to use the entire thing. Take this out of the bowl and put it inside of your baking bowl here. All right. So guys, I've removed my butter. So I have my butter in my baking bowl now. Now I'm gonna add 1 cup of sugar. So this is a half cup. So I'm gonna need 2 half cup. And you're gonna use a wooden spoon to start out. And you're gonna just incorporate your sugar and your butter together. You could have used white sugar, but for this recipe, the brown sugar with a little bit of molasses in it is the best sugar to use for this recipe. And you want, when they say cream your sugar, you just want to take your wooden spoon and you want to just incorporate the sugar and the butter together. All right. You want to cream your butter and your sugar together properly. You want that texture like this, fluffy and creamy. This is what you're looking for. And remember, use a wooden spoon. All right. Guys, our creaming process of our butter and sugar is done. This is good. All right, guys, we have 5 eggs in my bowl here, and what I'm going to do with these eggs, I have a lime. I'm going to grate some lime rind into this egg. I don't have my small grater right now, so I'm going to use my large grater. All right, you just place it over this, and you just want to just give this about 3 or 4 rubs and just keep turning it. You don't want the white part to get in there too much, because it's going to make the cake a little bit bitter. So 3-4 rubs, and you just keep turning it to where you see the rind is. All right. So guys, you want to have your lime rind in your eggs like this. It helps to cut down the rawness of the egg. All right. Now I'm going to just add my lime juice to these eggs. All right. Add my lime, and I'm going to add my lime juice here, just for some flavor, as well as to cut back on the rawness of these eggs. You know, if you're baking with so much eggs in a cake, you know, you can almost guarantee there's going to be a little rawness. So to combat that, you just want to use some lime juice. All right, guys. So that's my lime juice in my eggs. All right. Now we're gonna add our egg to our creamed butter and sugar. And guys, I know you've probably heard this 1,000 times, but you don't want to add all your eggs in at once. So we're gonna go in with probably 1 or 2 eggs at a time. All right. So let's start with 1, and see that nice, beautiful color lime rind just gave that. Wow. Anyway, we're gonna try and incorporate this egg. And you can see that my 1 egg is incorporated perfectly into this butter and sugar. Now you're just gonna add another 1. All right. beautiful, light and fluffy. We're gonna add another egg. All right, you just gonna repeat that process, one yolk at a time. Go again. Final egg. And you can see, guys, no curdling happening here. And guys, my butter and my sugar and my egg is all incorporated nicely here. So I have my fruits here that I had steamed about, it's probably close to a week and a half, 2 weeks now. Head over to the channel to see how I steam this delicious, flavorful. Take some of our fruits and we're going to add it to our blender. I'm going to actually add about 2.5 cups of fruits to my blender. Alright, so I'm going to mix my fruits. About 2.5 cups of fruit should be good enough. Yeah, so alright, I think that's it now. I think it can go a little bit more. Guys, I have my fruits here. We're gonna just blend them out, you know. Some people you can bake them just as is, but I don't know. Now we're gonna add our blended fruits to our butter, sugar, and our eggs. All right, so I'm gonna just go all in. This is black cake, so we're gonna add a little bit of browning to this. You don't want to add too much browning, you know, add it as you see fit, but I think that should be good enough for the color cake I want. For me, I probably add a little bit more browning in there, but you don't want to add too much browning, guys. Alright guys, so I'm going to add a little more browning in this because we're making black fruit cake, you know. Still want to be careful with your browning though, guys. Be very careful. Okay, so now we're going to add a little bit of vanilla. Some vanilla here. I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla to this. Nutmeg in here. I'm going to add a little bit of nutmeg in this. Not much. And a little bit of cinnamon. Now we're gonna add our dry ingredients to this mix. All right, cup and a half of flour to my strainer here. You know, it's just best to sieve your flour to reduce any lump or anything like that. I'll be adding in a teaspoon of salt, you know, for some flavor. I'll be adding in 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Now I'll be adding some cinnamon to this. I have some nutmeg in here. I'll be adding some nutmeg. And I have some mixed spice that I'll be adding to this. Alright, that's all my spices. And you just wanna sieve this. Just sieve it out. These are what you are trying to prevent from being inside of your cake. Alright, a little bit of our dry ingredients to our wet ingredients. You don't want to add much, like in small batches. You want to avoid that lump. Cut and fold. Alright, you're gonna add a little bit more. And fold. So this is the last of my ingredients, guys. You know, I just want to continue this process. And guys, after cutting and folding, if you're like me, I like to give it a nice little whip up like this. just to ensure that I catch any flour that is left. That's just my style, you know. Not much, just like that. A little bit of rose water to this. If I didn't add any rose water, this wouldn't be my fruit cake, my Christmas fruit cake or my black cake. So I'm gonna add about 2 corks of rose water in this. 1. Rose water is very powerful, so you don't want to add more than 2 corks of rose water. And you just incorporate. It just adds another layer of flavor to your cake. And guys, my mixture is ready for my baking tin. Just before we put our cake in our oven, you wanna add some water to a baking tin and place at the bottom of your oven. What this will do is add moisture to your cake. Water will evaporate and keep the cake moist in your oven. So just before putting your cake inside the oven, put another baking tin with some water at the bottom of your oven. Alright guys, don't have any baking sheet, so we're gonna go with our grease baking pan. Alright, I know some people are saying, no, he's gonna burn the cake. Promise you I'm not gonna burn the cake. So anyway guys, it's best if you could use a baking sheet. If you have it, no problem. Cut it to the sides of the bottom of the pan and to the side, and you're good to go. I can pull this off. Let's go. So now I want to pour my batter into this baking. I have my cake in my baking tin, and we're gonna pop this in the oven for probably an hour and a half. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. So guys, my cake is done. As you can see, nice, beautiful black fruit cake. Now guys, we're gonna add our final ingredients to this. Stay tuned. Now guys, we're gonna make a mixture to pour over this cake. All right, so we're gonna add some white overproof rum. Yes, you can use the amount of rum you want. I want it to be a rummy cake. I'm gonna add some red label wine to this mixture. Alright, and finally I'll be adding a little bit of vanilla to this mixture as well. So now we'll be pouring this mixture on our cake. So you're gonna get a spoon. You just want to mix up that mixture, and you want to pour it all over your cake. And I start pouring this on my cake. I took up my cake for about 25 minutes now, probably closer to a half an hour out of the oven, because you don't want the cake to be too hot, or else you're going to kill the alcohol. You're going to kill the alcohol in this liquid. So after probably a half an hour or so, you can start adding this liquid, and this will give your Christmas fruit cake or your black cake a rummy kind of vibe. Soak all the way in, guys. So guys, I'm gonna let my cake sit for another 2 to 3 hours before cutting this cake. All right, so guys, we're gonna cut into this beautiful black fruit cake. All right, wow, look at that beautiful black Christmas cake, rum cake, fruit cake. Beautiful. Let's cut into this cake, guys. Let's see what it tastes like. Already you can see we have a nice, beautiful, moist texture here. Nice cake. Wow, wow, guys, like, subscribe, and share this cake with a friend, guys. Share this cake recipe with a friend. perfection. Perfection. Beautiful. Wow. Guys, I'm done. You have to try this recipe.